Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam Ramadan to Teacher Safura. So today we're gonna present about the application of synthetic polymers in textile industry. So before we start, I would like to introduce our presenter for today. So firstly, you got Ifam Alizi, which is me. Next, we got Muhammad Amir Afif bin Azhar. And third person, Muhammad Ifin bin Firdaus. And last but not least, Ku Ikon Ashraf bin Ku Azrul Amir. So, what is textile industry? So, textile industry is the primarily concerned about the design, production, and the distribution of textile. For example, yarn, clothes, and clothing. The raw material may be natural or synthetic using the product of chemical industry. The textile industry has evolved significantly over the time to the modern textile industry as a result of many inventions. The textile industry today employs knitting and weaving as the most common manufacturing technique. These techniques are used to make fabric products like clothes, curtain, mats, carpet, and blankets. So, does the polymers play a role in textile industry? The answer is yes. Polymer in the textile industry refer to any class of natural or synthetic substance which is made of a very large molecule which are multiple of several chemical units called monomers. So what is monomers actually? Monomers have ability to combine with a similar looking molecule, and this process is called polymerization. Polymer can be divided into two types, which is natural polymer and also synthetic polymers. Synthetic ones are composed of petroleum oils and the man-made by the scientists and engineers. Example of the synthetic polymers are Teflon, epoxy, polyethylene, and polyester, while the natural ones are the one that extract from the nature that include natural rubber, starch, protein, and cellulose. In the textile industry, mainly nylon and polyester polymer are used. Both of these polymers are used in the production of clothes and the textile trade. So moving on, some of you might wonder, does textile industry need a technology to enhance the polymer? So the answer is absolutely yes, because of why technology in this field is rapidly growing nowadays. The way polymer and textile are made is changing for the better. Engineers and scientists working in polymer and textile are focused on the producing more sustainable goods as concerned about the impact of climate change grow. Businesses with sustainable goals have a better chances of profit in the future. So for the next part, which is the example of polymer used in textile, it will be presented by Muhammad Ifran.
The first example of polymers used in textile is Econil. Alright, what is Econil? Econil is an alternative of nylon. It is made out of recycled waste materials such as fishing net, plastic, and fabric scraps. All the waste will be collected together and will undergo polymerization to create new Econil product. The equation for Econil is the adipic acid will combine with hexamethylene diamine to produce nylon. The advantages of Econil, first, it is affordable because the price is not that pricey and everyone can buy it. Second, Econil is strong, which lasts for a long time and doesn't break easily, so that we can use it for a long period of time. Next, it is lightweight and wrinkle resistant. We don't need to iron our clothes very often because there are only few wrinkles at our clothes. Other than that, water resistant so that fabric is easy to dry when it contact with water. Synthetic fabric resistant to moss, mold, fungi, and other insects. And last but not least, it is easy to wash and care for. There are two applications of Econil, which are swimsuit and carpet. For the first one, swimsuit, it is durable, stretchy, tough, and water resistant. And for the carpet, it is durable, soft, water resistant, and anti-pest. That's all from me. Now I will give the presentation to Ku Ikon Ashraf.
So the next example of polymer used in textile is Teflon, or also known as polytetrafluoroethylene. So what is Teflon? So Teflon or polytetrafluoroethylene (PTFE) is a synthetic fluoropolymer of a tetrafluoroethylene that has numerous applications. It is one of the best known and widely applied per and polyfluoroalkyl substances (PFAS). It is made with 4 ingredients, which is fluorspar, hydrofluoric acid, chloroform, and water, which are combined in a chemical reaction chamber, heated between 1094 until 1652 Fahrenheit. So, how does Teflon is produced? So, the production of Teflon are composed of 4 simple steps, which is step 1, production of chloroform trichloromethane. By reacting methane with a mixture of hydrogen chloride and chlorine, this can be executed in the liquid phase or alternatively in the vapor phase. So, the chemical reaction as below. Next, the second step is production of chlorodifluoromethane. By reacting chloroform with anhydrous hydrogen fluoride, chlorodifluoromethane is created, and the chemical equation as below. So moving on to the third step, which is the production of tetrafluoroethylene. So since tetrafluoroethylene is a highly explosive, it is produced on site when and where the polymerization will occur, minimizing storage time. Heating chlorodifluoromethane in the absence of air, a process known as pyrolysis, yields the tetrafluoroethylene TFE. So the chemical reaction as below. Last but not least, step 4, which is the polymerization of tetrafluoroethylene into polytetrafluoroethylene. So there are 2 well-known main methods of producing PTFE or Teflon. So the first one is the suspension of polymerization and dispersion polymerization methods. The first method creates grain of PTFE of Teflon that can be processed into pellet. The next method, which is dispersion polymerization methods, can produce PTFE in form of milky paste that can be processed into a fine powder. So that's the end of the production of Teflon. So I will pass to Amir Afif to talk about the advantages of Teflon.
So we're moving on to the next part, which is the advantages of using Teflon in textile industry. The first one is textile shows good resistance towards heat and fireproof. Teflon has high melting point and auto ignition temperature. Secondly, it can save money and electricity because drying time is reduced and washing in cold can remove stains efficiently. Next, Teflon shows resistance to chemical corrosion, strong acid and alkali. This means that most chemicals don't affect it, so it can make the fabrics look new longer by extending their useful life. Next, Teflon also is used to produce waterproof fabric. This is because it has a low water absorption capacity. Besides, it is non-sticky and easy to clean. Lastly, Teflon has good dimensional stability, high strength, and has good mechanical properties. Next, this is some of the application of Teflon in textile industry. First one is food drying mat. Teflon is used in making food drying mat because Teflon has good mechanical stability and can resist high temperature. Next, Teflon is also used in anti-static cloth due Teflon has a low water absorption capacity. Last but not least, welding cloth. The presence of Teflon makes the welding cloth can resist to chemical corrosion and heat. This can prevent the user to get any injuries and so on. So that is the application of Teflon. So I will pass to Kuikon for the summary.
So, from all the explanation above, we can conclude that the synthetic polymer helps to preserve the nature as it can be recycled, and also the production are also eco-friendly, so it will prevent global warming and reduce the usage of oil. Next, it also can improve textile industries as it can be used to produce variety of useful products. Next, the production are also at affordable price, thus it can be produced in a large amount. Last but not least, even though it is not that very expensive, it doesn't mean that it has no quality. Synthetic polymers are very sustainable and have a better quality than natural polymer. So that's all from us. Thank you for listening. Bye.